Howdy mates, how are we doing? Here's a part 2 video for Sunday, January 15th, 2023. So, noticeably as I was meandering about the Oxbow Trail of Little Manatee River State Park, we stumbled upon this particular mat, a green mat that is covering the water here. I know upon initial glance, several of you are going to say that this is duckweed. However, though, it actually isn't. So, rather, it is water fern. As I mentioned before in past videos, ferns are a seedless vascular plant, which means that they have the ability to reproduce by means of spores, which generally refer to eggs, or basically they already provide for the next generation. They already are fertilized in a sense, a little similar to pollen, somewhat. So they don't reproduce by seeds by any means. So this water fern that I speak of, as you can see right here, they actually do have a little bit of a rhizomatic root system. Thing is, though, it is believed that it's either fertile or infertile, which I know can sound a little confusing, but the thing is, these are an invasive plant in Florida. See, originally, water fern is from Central and South America. See, the reason that this is not duckweed is it's a bit larger in terms of its size. And duckweed hardly ever reaches over 1/8 of an inch in terms of its length, each individual duckweed. So rather, water fern, on the other hand, does have a little bit of a root system that produces spores. So oftentimes when you have a piece of the water fern that leaves off of the mother, it can reproduce uncontrollably. And so water fern truly is a problem, because with its extensive root network, and just you can see how much is covering the water, it can cause lots of blockage in our waterways. And not only that, but they also prevent as much sunlight from getting into the water. And for another, they are consumers of oxygen. And so that can make the water have less dissolved oxygen, which poses a problem for our aquatic organisms who need oxygen just as we do, just in water. So, and for another two, there are no native species that feed on water fern. So it just has this capability of thriving wherever it's inhabiting. And so, a key distinction to know if you're looking at a water fern is you see these particular fronds right here. They actually have these prickly hairs. And so that's a key identifier for water fern. So in other words, if you see this in your water, that's a really bad sign. And especially with us being at a state park, this is not good to see. It's technically classified as a Category 1 but it's not listed as a noxious plant in Florida. And point in fact, some of it is still sold even commercially. So that's another thing too. Some people may not necessarily know that it even is invasive. And so that's part of the reason why I'm making this video, because I'm sure some of you have noticed some of this before. And rest assured, it is not the same thing as duckweed. Even though it looks similar, it's not the same thing. But yep. Sure to share a link that just goes a bit more over the water fern and some of the problems that it poses, because it's just something worth mentioning and it's worth educating on. So, in case if you ever see this being sold in a store, don't buy it. And it reproduces insanely, so it's probably very difficult to eradicate. So, okay. Thank you guys for watching. Take it easy. Journey on a Journey is outwards. Take care, folks. See ya.